what I keep going to, y'all, is like, there's no way, there's absolutely no way we aren't the chosen people. And it's the one thing I refuse to engage with others on, because time and time again, people who
It's not interpreted correctly.
it's not interpreted correctly, G. But the even sicker part is that the people who have tried to challenge my thinking on that since I was like again, I'm talking young, infiltrating white spaces where immediately, nigga, like, and y'all know me, y'all know my energy is not alpha energy, and so to be that niggas is giving you that is crazy. It's a whole, because it's niggas that come in there own that. Like, I've never been that person. I just kind of show up and then immediately it's like, yo, him. All right, bet. I'm like, all right, nigga, what we doing? Like, I just here for it. But so having been that forever, so I'm talking like as early as like 9 years old, y'all, people challenging me, and thank God for Gigi and the constant education on who we are. So at no point have I ever suffered from a lack of where the fuck I come from. Thank God for that. Because it could be madness out here, considering the spaces that I've had to exist in. From elementary school, high school was cool, college is a whole different beast, and then post college was a fucking nightmare, my nigga. Like, for real, in terms of like what whiteness can do on a corporate level. Yikes. So thank God for having some semblance of where I come from. Because without that, there's no telling what it would be. But imagine while in those spaces, having people attempt to challenge what this is. I'm like, I'm not about to do this with you, fam. You atheist, be an atheist, bet. If you don't, it's like, the black, the slavery to get over. All right, bet. If that you rock like that, I can't do that with you, because I'm talking what I know, and you still here speculating. It's why I don't talk basketball with people. Oh man, such and such got to be great, because it's dog. When we work out with Lou Richie, I don't care how tired you are. Guess what Lou's making you do? More. And while you shooting your mid range, you shooting 20 around the horn, 20 in 6 spots. You got to keep the number, and in the second you done, he want to know your percentage. Not how many you made. No. What did you just shoot? Oh, damn, Lou, I think I shot like 40. All right, nigga, I need it to be 60 next time you go around. Now you tired from that mid-range, step back and shoot threes, and then I'm gonna know. I need to know your percentage at the end of that. So I'm not watching basketball the way the rest of you niggas is watching basketball, man. Bro. I know what it is to be efficient on the floor. You looking at it optically, you whooped already.
Bro, then you scrimmage. Nigga, you're a natural raw stick.
then you go scrimmage, and you better get to them spaces where your percentage was the highest at too, though. Like, I don't give a fuck where you was open at. Where was your percentage was the highest from the elbow, nigga? Get to the elbow and shoot the high percentage shot. I'm not watching basketball the way you niggas is watching basketball. Stop talking to me. I'm not debating with you. I know we ain't never seen nothing like LeBron, bro. He's shooting 60% from the fucking field. Crazy. So you can debate.
That's not even an offensive player. Like, not even a scorer.
not even a scorer, and y'all still want to debate. Stop talking to me. Y'all don't know basketball. Skip Bayless can't tell me shit about hoop. Jalen Rose damn near about to get his shit revoked too. He on the way. And this nigga played forever. He about to
Jalen got big hate.
Jalen's hate is different, but that's another thing. I fuck with Jalen.
Can't get it
Salute
out.
to Jalen. Don't fuck with you, but nigga, you damn near trash now too, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. But although the reason Jalen won me back though, because he gave it to everybody. I
thought you were gonna say because of Molly, but go ahead.
Let's be respectful. Right, That's his wife. Let's be respectful. No, his segment breaking down police brutality in America, and how entities like an ESPN and a Fox and all these other people can kind of dance around it and be the core benefactors of black culture and act as if it ain't a thing. You know, it was really important for Jalen's rhetoric and his commentary in and around that. And I'm truly grateful for that. Like, because while everybody getting the smoke, I do the people who are in those spaces and have a lot to lose. Because regardless of how you feel, that consistent Disney check is a real bag. So for him to leverage that and to put that on the line and know that that's a real thing, they suspended Stephen A. for less. Bill Simmons, they got him the fuck out of there for less. Jemele Hill, like they'll get you out of here for standing up for something. So Jalen, my brother, thank you. We still want to stay on that? I just went in on Jalen and was like, my brother, thank you. That was weird. He know what I mean. He ain't, if he hears the show.
Nah, brothers fight.
Do we what? No, G. To staying with your outrage. And asking, is it a social thing or is it a humanity thing? Like, did we get there? Did we break? Did you speak on that?
No, not really.
Just because we're here. It's lit outside today. It ain't never lit like this on a Sunday, y'all. I apologize for all the noise. Like you think it's a fucking zoo outside right now.
Oh yeah. So my question on that one was just more so. Well, we kind of touched on it. But a lot of times, do you feel that on certain topics you have to show your outrage in order to be a part of society? Because like, if you're really living, like, in order for you to show that that you're human, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be a human that lives within society. You have to show your outrage for topics that people are outraged about. If you aren't showing the outrage, then all of a sudden you are like outcasts, and now that energy can find you.
Yeah.
When you didn't even proclaim to be for or against it. It wasn't the case of like. I mean, like, of course, if you have, if it's a civil issue like this, then yes, I'm angry. You know what I mean? But I'm not outraged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not where I went with it. But then again, I've also found myself being a lot more calculated about things. So my calculations won't allow me to reach that level of outrage because I'm going to be missing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just how my mind works. Like, if I was to get as angry, like, I've only been that angry fucking twice. You know what I mean? And it happened at the exact same time. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the only time that I lost my train of thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when that happened and it almost took me, I realized that, oh shit, I need to get even more calculated. Like, I need to figure out a way to understand this shit a lot better. Obviously, I'm missing something.
Bro,
obviously.
And it's funny that that's where you took that, is because based back to our emotion in business conversation is what, like, literally, bro, one of my first label meetings, like, I think LMA had just been out. Like, no, LMA wasn't out yet. We had just gotten the masters back. And so Freak and I took a couple meetings and we're playing it, and I'll never forget that feeling, like being on the verge of tears in a room full of people like that, bro. It really is some like demasculating shit, emasculating shit. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. I was so angry because that record meant so much to me. My grandmother, who had recently passed, came to me in a vivid ass dream. We had a dialogue, and I based my entire first record off of a conversation with her. And by all acclaim, like, people that listen to it was like, yo, this shit hard. And then you get to the business of it, and then like, yo, well, how we like asking real simple questions like, how do we market it? What rappers do you see yourself in a similar lane as? Like, some real simple business-minded shit, but because I had so much emotion in it, dog, like, I'm talking like that shit where you could feel the tear right here in your throat, like that type of shit, because it meant so much. And I walked out of there, I was like, I'm never going to feel like that ever again. And I know people disagree with that sentiment of emotion, but there's something to it where there could still be advancement. There could be navigating the space and getting exactly what you want without having your connection to something be compromised. And it's tactics, art, and then fucking reading the Art of War for for 48 Laws. Okay, we got to start having a completely different discussion now, as opposed in terms of what we're up against. And salute to Kevin for sending me what did he send me last night? But it's essentially how in tune with the dark we have to be. Like, it's one thing to be able to finesse and dance in the light, nigga. What can you do in the dark though? Because the shook ones can't play in the dark, and that's where all the business is getting all. So like we're on this. We think the images of the looting and the protests and the riots and the murders. We think that's where the business is being done. No, sir. It's something way more sinister happening underground. So if that's what we're seeing, you can best believe the things that are happening on the student loan forgiveness bill was vetoed this weekend. Nobody talk about that at all. You know how many people I know that have gotten the deepest sigh of relief behind that bill when their student loans were forgiven? So it's just like, okay, all right. This is what's happening up front. What's happening underground? And El said, when you get that mad, the rage and how that's encompassing and how it can take over, how much you miss and it's for the people that do study a different type of martial arts and disciplines like that. The reason that the emphasis is more so on the mental and that goes for sports too. In Crunch, Coach Ant, with the breathing and shit. Like, is it like knowing how to meditate, bro? Like the art of prayer. I was writing this morning, and I keep going back to that. Like, two of the greatest gifts, and they're kind of the same thing, but not really, not really. Because meditating is a whole different power when you can go blank. Oh my God, like for real. But prayer. The art of prayer, when you can feel God, and not to hijack the podcast on that, but I'm truly grateful for those gifts, and I wish I was advanced enough to be able to put into words. Meditation I can kind of explain, but the art of prayer, I don't know if I've acquired the words yet to help explain a novice as to what that feels like. Yeah, man. That was to the to your point, G. Of the outrage, of having to show your outrage as a means to be in on the discussion, or be a part of society,
just to be seen as human,
just to be seen.
Because I mean, we all are. You know what I mean? Like the idea behind someone being a monster is when people can't read or feel that you can feel. You know what I mean? That type of stuff makes people on edge about certain things, and like there are like certain triggers that there's a belief that you should for sure show feeling on, like show me that you care on this topic. And showing somebody that you care is not always going to be uniform. You know what I mean? That's not a uniform act. I don't think it should be considered that way.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it is in society terms. And I mean, I hope that we find a way to evolve at least to that next step. At least the people that think that that's the only way that you can show that you care about something, that they can evolve. But if that's not the case, then, you know, at least find some level of understanding and acceptance for different ways that people, you know, should take in some of this stuff. Absolutely. Or even like show or even like process things. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's so many different ways, and every single one is so unique. that to try to put it all underneath one umbrella is how a lot of these things get lost, is because now it just becomes a very loud noise that has a lot of thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
That's really what it ends up being. It gets so lost because it's just loud, you know what I mean? And it's not so much it's not so much directed, you know what I mean? It's just like But after you do that, you know what I mean? You feel, what's that? Like, I need you to now be able to articulate that next feeling. I think we get lost in that. I think we get lost in just being loud. No, articulate that next feeling. Where'd you go after that? You know what I mean? I want that part. That's the part I'm already at. So I need you to get past that loud part and then now articulate what you're feeling. That part is the important part.